really be. Happy Monday, everybody. We are here talking about how to set yourself apart in a listing presentation opportunity. And I say opportunity because I'm not necessarily even talking about in the listing presentation itself. Some of this we will be using in the listing presentation. Some of it we're going to use to get the listing presentation, because that's sometimes the harder part. How do we get our foot in the door, right? They're not even willing to talk to us in some instances. And COVID is lessening up. So could we do a drop by at a door knock? Could. But we also could leave a bad taste in their mouth too, because they might still feel uncomfortable. So it's a 50-50 how that one could go, right? So we were going to look at some other things that we could do that are a little creative, a little out of the box.
I live outside the box.
I know you do. Tony does live outside the box. Hey, first of all, I'm going to give a shout out to my friend, Mr. Tony, who invited me to the Bitcoin blockchain first summit ever in Florida. Woo! I can almost teach you guys something about it. I'm stepping it up day by day, but I do want to tell you two really cool things, which actually can get you listings. Yep. Okay. So what is this? Number one, they just had in Miami, let me open it up here. Thank you. $22.5 million brand new development, right? It's a one unit that was sold completely with Bitcoin. That developer in that building, I don't remember how many more units they had available. Was
they
not
have 7 more.
7 more.
That title company may or may not, I may or may not know that owner of that title company.
Did you guys hear that? Tony may or may not know the owner of the title company. But the key is they are now accepting Bitcoin for every unit in that building down in Miami. What does that mean to you? Well, guys, anybody who works with people, first of all, outside the country, El Salvador last Sunday claimed Bitcoin as their legal tender. That's insane, guys. A whole country has stated publicly, this is our legal tender. People down in Colombia, people in Venezuela, probably Brazil as well, although I don't have enough confirmation on that, but they've been using Bitcoin for years. They are using this as a currency because, like, for example, years ago when the Khadivi card came out and then you couldn't get your money out and then Venezuela just forget about it, turned to hell and high water, people just couldn't leave even if they had lots of money. But if I bought a Bitcoin here in the US, in Florida, and someone else bought a Bitcoin down in Venezuela, hey, Angie, we're buying the Bitcoin for relatively the same price.
Yeah.
There's no currency that they have to worry about trading their currency in, and now if they're in Venezuela, I'm here, or you're in the UK, we can all buy the properties or the goods for the same cost.
It's borderless. It doesn't lose value. You don't lose value. You do not lose money in an exchange. The 3%, 3 to 5% that I like to knock you upside the head with, to put in their pockets just for doing you a favor. And on top of all of that, the biggest thing is that it's safer. It's safer. And so now you got people that have properties over there. Maybe they don't want to sell it. Maybe they want to turn it to an Airbnb. Guess what they can do now? Instead of doing a real estate investment trust, they can basically tokenize shares per square foot of the house that they own. And now they never really have to sell it. They can just kind of own it. And then as the market goes up, now that particular token goes up in value because it's based off the square foot. So this is a whole other thing that I geek out on this kind of stuff.
So listen, tell you, that's an NFT. I know all about that now. Yep. Okay, 2 weeks ago, I had no clue what an NFT was, except it was a non-fungible token. And I was like, what the hell does that mean? Now I know. But there's a lot of places we could go with this. But how could we use this today? Well, Ocala, for example, Miss Stacy. You have a farm who wants to sell. It's really hard. He's like, listen, I don't know if I want to pay a commission. Why am I going to use you? To say, well, do you know how many people outside of the country would love to purchase your property? But those folks aren't buying it with regular cash. They're buying it with cryptocurrency, mostly Bitcoin. I don't know if this is something you're familiar with, but it is something we are familiar with. So we can open a whole new market to you available. And these people are willing to pay higher prices. Let's be honest, because they have money, guys, and they're not paying the exchange rate that somebody else would be paying.
Listen, another 3 to 4% into the transaction.
Right, 3 to 4% more now they have available to use to buy a property. So let me ask you, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, would it be worth it to pay a little more commission to get somebody who's actually working for you, and not to just sell your home? Anybody can sell your home. I'm trying to get you the best, most qualified customer to purchase your home at the highest price with the least amount of hassle to you. If that's not important to you, listen, I'm probably not the agent for you. Anybody like that?
I love it.
So these are things I'm going to be training a little bit more on. I'll probably pull Tony in because he's my resident expert. But guys, that's a talk track nobody's saying. Nobody's saying that. And in Ocala, listen, Argentina, man, forget about it. They love horses down there and they have a lot of cash. And I bet they're using crypto too.
They are.
And guess where else they're using crypto? UK, France, Germany, all over Europe. So I was thinking naively that it was more the South American market, right?
Argentinians are big in polo.
Yes.
And they want to be a PRI. Like the property that got listed in Archer, I'm just waiting for my seller to come back so I can present her with the offer, but they want to buy her product for $25,000 over the 525 we have it listed at, and they want to pay her that in Bitcoin.
Now, see, when they're paying her in Bitcoin, does that mean she's stuck with Bitcoin? No. She can take that Bitcoin and turn it into US dollars. She can take that Bitcoin and put it into another cryptocurrencies backed by US dollars.
Yep.
There's a lot, and she can even get away from some of the gains if she doesn't take the realized amount. If she converts it into USD dollar back, right? It's a crypto that's backed by the US dollar, then decides where she wants to put her money. That transaction, you don't have to report to the IRS today. And I can tell you, because I was talking to my CPA yesterday and confirming all this, that is not a realized, although it is, right? Because she just took a huge profit, but she can now reinvest that profit without paying taxes on it, because the US government has not figured out a way how to tax on that yet.
It's going to take them
Gonna change.
years.
How many?
It's going to take them about 4 to 7 years.
4 to 7 years. Oh.
Stable coins are basically coins that are pegged to the US dollar.
Mhm.
So like in an example, somebody gets $250,000 profit, they convert that into they do that to like a stable coin. They take that $250,000 and spread it over 2 or 3 different properties. And guess what? They can do that. So this is where you don't have to worry. You can do basically, in essence, the 1031 like-kind exchange without having to worry about the like-kind exchange. And not having
the rules.
Exactly, without having to be capped at $250 for an individual or $500,000 for a couple. You can do whatever you want to do with that, because it does not become a taxable event until you convert it into US dollars into your checking account. Prior to that, go nuts.
Oh, shoot. I lost everybody. Oopsie. Sorry, guys. Oh, I just lost it. You guys are here, but I lost the display for everybody. No, I love it. Okay, so I'm not gonna, this today is not all about crypto, but I did want to talk about it. And the reason I wanted to talk about it is because, guys, has anybody told you this? Is this something, has anybody talked about getting a listing from? No, because nobody's talking about it. Probably because nobody really knows and understands it. And to tell you that I'm an expert would be a complete bold-faced lie. I'm not. But I said before 2 weeks ago, it's still like, I'm trying to wrap my mind around this. But now I've learned and spoke to attorneys in that seminar. I talked to so many people who use this in different types of business and different modalities, that it's really given me a better concept of how we in the real estate side can use this to get us listings, guys. Right? So why do they want to pay you more commission? Because you're going to bring a more qualified buyer. And by the way, if we get this thing down, and Tony and I, we need to have some conversations about title people. But anyway, if we get this down, how quick can you close with Bitcoin? A Bitcoin transaction closes what, 12 days? Is that how long that last one was? I think it was 12.
Yeah, it was. That's because of different particulars. Because of things that are regarding that transaction were hush hush. I don't want to have to pay anybody more because I know a lot more about that than I'm actually allowed to say for that particular transaction. But what I will say is this: you can close a Bitcoin transaction as soon as, if somebody's asking for an abstract, as soon as the abstract comes back, the title search takes a couple hours. You can close a couple hours. If you also have an instrument, the title company also has an instrument to where they can record online. All 67 counties in Florida are not online like that, where it shows up in an hour, but you can go from a house being sold to owned, reflected on the county's website in 3 hours.
Did you guys hear that? Sold to own within 3 hours. Not everywhere, but this is where we're going, guys. This is where it's headed. And if we're not having the conversations with people when we're on a listing presentation, even if that never comes to pass, does it matter? No, it's an opportunity we're bringing them that nobody else is. And who better than Sotheby's to bring it to them?
Exactly.
Right?
So auction pieces and
yeah, Sotheby's just took, exactly, in an auction, full crypto. So this is something that's in the news. You could add that to your listing presentation. Yeah, I don't know if you realize you may not be up on the crypto world, but Sotheby's even actually took Bitcoin and Ethereum as a way of payment for this beautiful auction that they just did. It was like a month or so ago. I mean, guys, this is huge. These are things that can change the landscape of our industry, but also making you competitive, right? That's what we're here talking about today. Any questions on that? I know that other than Tony, none of us are experts here, but if anybody has a question, I'd love to see if myself or Tony can answer. Any thoughts?
I can be bribed with food.
Tony's bribable with food. That's excellent to know.
One time, to buy my food, I'll talk.
Take him to lunch. He'll tell you everything. Okay. Okay. We're going.
Mary, and
Yes.
Mary,
Mhm.
Amy, coincidentally, I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday about this, and she was, very, very excited about this. She's gonna be teaching too. I also wanted to know, beside her, any idea, you guys, where would it be a good start to learn about this cryptocurrency?
There's a lot of websites available, a lot of information. I'll send out maybe
Can
an
I
email.
make it? Is it okay if I here's a shameless plug. I have a class, a new 6-week course that's starting
yeah.
Wednesday night, this Wednesday, June the 16th. This was carried out. She probably forgot about it because she's busy, but it's 6 weeks. And for everybody that is within the sound of my voice, I will let you take that class for $297 versus the $797 for the next 6 weeks. It's Wednesday nights from 9 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. You get homework, you get all that kind of stuff. There's a group project, so I'm doing that with my company that I own called Currency Cadets. Also, Stacy, I'm going to be in Ocala tomorrow and Thursday. So just after I get off of floor duty here, so we should catch coffee at Symmetry.
All right. So awesome. I totally forgot about that, Tony. So thank you. I should be on that. So, but the key is, guys, we need to understand it enough so we can talk about it. We do not need to be the experts. Remember, you say it, you own it. We need to put out the possibilities. That's what we need to do.
Right.
Okay. So that's one part of the conversation that nobody's having, right? I'm going to share that with you. Now I'm going to share my screen and come up with some other things that also nobody's talking about. So let's close this. One thing I want to share with you is 2 emails that I have written, and now I got to find them. Okay, here's the first one. Let's say you do have a appointment. Can I get there? Okay, and you have an appointment with somebody. So you can see this is a very simple email to create. I just said, I'm looking forward to meeting you tomorrow at 5 p.m. Please feel free to click the link below to take a look at a few ways in which Premier Sotheby's can help you achieve your goal. This little page, you can click on this, it brings to the book, and these go to actually the YouTube channel, but I'll just show you over here. I created this page on the website, and I will be more than happy to help you if you don't have it on yours. I created this with HTML, so you can actually just copy it. But let me take a look. We'll go right over here to the page. It's so tiny. I've seen that so small. Oh my gosh, I can't even see this. Wrong page. Ah, here we go. So what the heck? That's really weird, right? I work with Premier Sotheby's. Can we have that page? There it is. So this is a page that I think we all need to have on our website. Please do not publish this on Facebook because we don't want to give away our listing presentation to other agents, right? But this is a great one. You can also private message this. So this is a listing presentation with the videos in it, right? What was that? This is on my page, Why Work With Us, Why Work With Premier Sotheby's. But if you don't have it, let me know. We'll get together. We can meet for a few minutes and I'll help create it on your page. Literally, it takes me 3 minutes, maybe 2. You can time me. We can see. It'll be a race. So you got all of this amazing stuff right here. Then you have this links to my YouTube. So I will have it where we'll link right here. So it actually feeds here. It doesn't take you to YouTube, which is nice. You can go to YouTube, but it actually embeds the YouTube video. My favorite marketing video. That's Why Sotheby's. And here This is why Premier Sotheby's, because remember, when we're on a listing presentation, it's why Sotheby's, why Premier Sotheby's, why you, right? That's another thing we're gonna talk about. Your value proposition has to be stronger today than ever. Okay, so, and then of course my page is lead capture. So if anybody does not have this on your page, you need it. I think this is a great thing. And it's so easy to embed this right into an email.
So will it work on team pages as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Team pages, personal pages, whatever you want. Where I create the email is from my hub, because in my hub, it is so easy to embed a picture and put a hyperlink. Unlike in Outlook where you want to shoot yourself, you know that one? Yeah. So let me just tell you how I really feel about it. Yeah, it's true. It's annoying. It's so painful. So this is a really cool tool. Now I want to show you another one. Let's say you have a conversation with a customer and they're kind of like, well, we want to think about it, right? Because we're calling, like we have a lot of people out there calling now, and you want to call. Why not? It's going to give you an opportunity. What is the point of a call though, guys? To get in front of someone. Again, not that this is a calling class, but there's only 3 things you should focus on in a phone call. Does anybody know what they are? That's the idea, but there's 3 sentences you need. So Carla, thank you for playing. We're gonna play together. I'm calling you. Bring, bring. Just called you. No, you're the customer.
Ready to go.
She's Premier already. She doesn't even know what to say, but she's like on it. Okay, I love it. Okay. Hi, is this Carla?
This is Carla.
Hi, Carla. My name's Carrie Pritt. I'm with Premier Sotheby's International Realty. Am I catching you in an okay time?
Sure, Karen.
Great. I noticed that your home is no longer on the market. Are you still interested in selling?
Yes, I am actually.
If I were able to net you even more than you wanted before, would you be willing to have a conversation?
Absolutely.
Terrific. What works better for you, Tuesday or Thursday, 5 o'clock?
There you go, yeah.
That's it, guys. It's the same thing I had before, just one little change. If I were able to net you more than you were even wanting before, because isn't that the market right now? The market is more. So when you're calling, and I recommend calling people who expired last year, right? They might have come off for a variety of reasons. Maybe they were scared to sell. Maybe they didn't know what's happening with their life. Maybe, there's like a billion reasons why people went expired last year. But I tell you what, people are calling expireds now, but they're not calling last year's expireds. That's the gold, in my opinion, right? Because we knew at that time they wanted to sell. We don't know if they still want to sell, which is why the first question is, are you still interested in selling, right? That's a yes or no question. If they say no, then, oh, no problem. I hope everything's go well, blah, blah, blah. You're off the line, right? But if they say yes, the next question is the most important. And it's not if I can net you the same amount of money you wanted, it's if I can net you more than you wanted. Would you be interested? Who's going to say no? It's kind of like when those stupid things you click on and they say, do you want a discount of XYZ? And if you say no, they're like, do you really not want that discount? It's the truth. Like everybody wants it.
Would be the ones that would have to go into the market right now to buy, but I mean, in this market
Well,
right now,
and that might be the question. So I'll give the answer to that right now. Hold on. So let me stop my screen share for 2 seconds here. Okay, because then we can have a little conversation here, right? So Carla's point is the thing I brought up earlier. So what if the reason they say no is because they actually say, well, actually, I'd love to sell, but frankly, I have no idea where I'd go. If you could help me with that problem, if you had a crystal ball, I'd be willing to have a conversation. Now, you want to know the answer to that? Does anybody have an answer to that? Because I do. Well, I'm so glad you asked me that, Carla, because actually with Premier Sotheby's, we have 41 offices. We are one of the largest, the second largest Sotheby's. And because of that, we actually have our own inventory, a supply of inventory that nobody else has. And so we may just very well be able to find you that perfect home before anybody even knows about it. Guys, hello. Hello. So I was working on a campaign with an agent. And you have to play on the emotions. What is the emotion right now? You want to sell your home, but you have nowhere to go. That is the reality. How many people, like my husband says to me, we should sell our home. We can get a lot of money for you. And I say the same thing. Where the hell are we going to go? Right? It's true. But I really have no desire to go anywhere. First of all, moving is terrible. But I have no need, right? I'm like the least, you don't want to call me. I'm like the least motivated customer. My husband, he's easy. You guys could get him in 2 seconds.
My wife and I have this agreement. Whenever we move, I am not doing any packing, but I will do all of the moving. I will do all the pickup and put down. I'm not packing nothing.
I don't want to do any of it. Okay. Which is why I'm still where I'm at. Right. And that's fine. I'm good with that. I'm okay. Okay. So, but the key is that is a real fear. And it's not just a fear, it's a reality, guys. So let me ask you, did I lie? Do we not have access to our own private inventory? We do. And that's why my mission is to get you guys all to participate with private placement. Anybody out there not know what it is? Because we're going to look at it right now. I'm going to share the screen and show you. Miss Stacy. So you come into the hub, right? And you go under listings and you go under private placement listings. These are listings that nobody else knows about other than us. These are listings that are not on the market yet. These are, well, there should be more. Thank you, Miss Kelly. That's why I'm teaching on it. I'm sending emails out. I'm talking to agents on it. We all need to take advantage of this.
Why
And
aren't they on the market yet? I mean, like, what's the, like, seems weird. If the market's so good right now, why are they not public in the market?
because when you take a listing, you need at least a week to put it on the market, right? You got to go get pictures, video. That's
Okay.
the time differential.
Got
That's
it.
what this is about. This is not, let's keep your home off the market for a month, unless you need to paint or, you know, like, let's say you
Yeah.
need to do some renovation, that would be perfect here too. But this is really for, you take the listing, we wrote the listing agreement, right? It's effective because we all signed it, but we posted it at 2 weeks, 3 weeks, because we just want to make sure we don't have to worry about clear cooperation, right? But we're not really ready to go on the market yet. We're going to need a good week to get this thing, so it's perfect to hit the MLS. As soon as you have that thing signed, you need to go into .loop when you're creating your listing folder. So we're going to show you this. We go into templates. Of course, I have to sign in again. I don't know what's going on with this. .loop's making me sign in every 2 seconds. So frustrating. Okay, now we're in templates. And I have put this in every listing folder. It's in condo listing folder. You see it? Temporary private placement form. So all you need is a signed listing agreement in this. I don't care about seller's disclosure. I don't care about PSER disclosures and wire frauds. I don't care about anything else. All that can be later. This is immediate. And all this is some basic stuff, guys. What's the property address, the listing agent, bedrooms and bathrooms, list date. This is stuff that we need to put into our system that'll create a little number for it, and then it'll flow right to our hub. Nowhere else. So keep this in mind. This does not go anywhere public, which is what this signature is about. You still understand you have to follow the rules of clear cooperation. You can't go, oh, well, I put a private placement so I can go do an open house video or whatever. No, that will still start that clear cooperation 1 business day rule. But this is to keep it internal. So anybody have a question? So I want to see this thing full. These are all my people. That's great. We need more people on here because these listings don't last on here, to your point, Stace, right? Because they're only on there maybe a week. But if you've got a buyer, or if you're trying to get a listing and that guy wants to move, is this not your own private inventory that's not available to anybody else? It is. That's a true statement, my friends. And I don't know about you, but I think that could truly help you get a listing. What about you guys?
Absolutely.
I mean,
Carrie, could you show us
Carrie,
one
I
more
have a
time?
question.
Sorry. Could you show us one more time where the private listings are in the My Hub?
Sure. So you go under listings, private placement listings.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Carrie, is there any way, I mean, that we can describe the property at least or something there?
Yeah, of course. If you noticed under that .loop, only you, Maria, you want to describe all about it. Property description and property remarks. You could say just like pool home, or you could say amazing brand new kitchen, blah, blah, blah. You could be as verbose or not. Okay, that's totally up to you. Because this is not the MLS copy, right? It's something internal for us when we're in here going, oh my God, they have one in Windermere that we wanted. That's a 5-bedroom, 4-bathroom with a pool, right?
But you can't write anything up until, I mean, can you?
Wrong. I love that, Miss Carla. Carla asked a great question. You can't write it up, can you, until it's on the MLS? Yes, you can, and you can sell it. It does not need to be on the MLS to be sold. It only needs to be on the MLS if you're marketing it public. Aha, this is the biggest loophole
Yeah.
For non-clear cooperation. Yeah. yeah. So I will tell you that Stellar MLS, we have these broker, big broker meetings. And one of the things that they were kind of grappling with is, do we make it only within a specific office or within the company, right? And they had to say, no, it has to be the company. How do you say one office or another? So it's not even just my offices. We could see any of the offices. So let's say, for example, Miss Jackie's down in Tampa and you have somebody who wants to go to Tampa. You can say, Jackie, can you check out that private placement for me in Tampa and see if there's anything like this? And Jackie be like, sure, here you go. And Jackie do the same thing asking you about Orlando.
Mhm.
Or you just call me and I'll give you access because I'm sure I can see that somehow. So I don't know how, but but this is the thing, guys. It's not only to help you sell, because we know these things are selling. It's to help you list. It's to help you with your buyers, our poor buyers right now. So if it were me, I'm just saying, I would be putting a post out on Facebook that says, want to sell but afraid, nowhere to go? Contact us for creative solutions. Text me now. This is a creative solution. Now, don't talk about private, listings or anything like that. That's going to be like clear cooperation, which we are not in violation of, but let's not even go down that rabbit hole, right? Just say, for creative solutions, contact me. This is a creative solution. Would everybody agree with that?
I think you should send out an email afterwards because I'm like trying to write down as quick as I can. Like, what you
Okay,
just
great
said.
news. Not only did I send that email, but you also have it on my YouTube channel. How
Okay.
to do a private placement. Yep, it's on my YouTube channel, but I'll be happy to resend an email to you, Stace. No worries.
Okay.
This is something we all need to understand, wrap our mind around, and use. Because, guys, what is the biggest fear out there?
Where would I go?
Where the heck am I going to go? So, do you guys agree that this could possibly take that fear off the table and get you some more listings?
Mhm.
Okay, what's another fear? Anybody, there's another fear out there.
Are they gonna pay too much for the new house?
Well, that one we can't really help, so that's true. But the fact that it's off the market does take away the option of the multiple offer situation, doesn't it? It's like having your first right of refusal without that, right? So not to say that the agent's going to say, okay, well, we're going to accept this now and not go ahead and put it on the market. The agent might say, well, we'll take her offer, but we want to do an open house this weekend or something. That could happen. We know that because we're working for the sellers. We got to make sure we give the sellers the best opportunity. We can't guarantee anything, but does it definitely give your buyer an opportunity that nobody else has? Yes. But the second thing that a seller is worried about, they always say, I don't want to sell my home too fast because if I sell too fast, then I leave money on the table.
Mhm.
Right? That's what they're thinking. What does the seller want? Seller wants now to get a home because they're scared to hell that they can't find one. That's a true story. That's a new story. But the old time story that's always been around is if I sell my home too fast, did I leave money on the table? So I have a solution to actually hit that right on the head. Here we go. Of course, you know I did, right? So this is a little email. Let's say you had a conversation with somebody and they weren't actually ready. It was a pleasure speaking with you. You can write whatever you want here. This is what I wrote. I know how important it is for you to take advantage of the market right now and get the most for your home. Wondering how to do that if this is what the public is seeing when they look up your home. Guys, this is right off our website. And that is true. That is what the public is seeing because people are still looking on Zillow. They're still looking at all these AVMs and the appraisals have not caught up. So in many instances,
So
neither
off.
has the AVM, right? So show it to them, right? Now, after you click below to see what everyone's seeing, give me a call so I can explain how we can use our network to get you the most, right? And if they click on this little hyperlink, it takes them to the page that we did for their home. I actually used Kelly. I think this is you and April's listing. And you can let me know if you have it listed for higher than the AVM. Is this you, Keeneland? What did you list it at? Oh, so you listed it at Zillow. Really? That's interesting. It tells you the comparable sales. Okay, so here you go. A better point. She got 770. So what I might have done is sent this little report and in my little thing say, would you want to know how we were able to get 770 even though the highest AVM was showing 739?
Demand.
Right? But it's about having that call so we can show you how our private network can help you.
I just got excited.
It is good
Just got
stuff,
excited.
guys.
This is amazing.
So you could use this for their home, or you could use this for a home that you just sold well above market, right? This is public information. So if you're in, so this could be a post. Here's another Facebook post. Kelly takes a screenshot of this and said, would you be interested to know how I was able to get our seller 770 for this home? Private message me or text me now.
Mhm.
Okay. We always talk about social media, and usually social media is very hard to come up with some seller messages. It's always easy to find buyer messages. But right now, we just had 2 super strong seller messages. So how about if you led with afraid you're going to leave money on the table? This seller didn't. They sold 40,000 above what Zillow said. Want to know how we did it? Text me, private message me. Guys, this is gold. I don't know about you guys, but this is things that are happening that you're doing.
Yeah, and then you can like make it like a little slideshow video and just play like, this is how we do it in the background.
That's how we get TikTok.
Yeah. Listen, yeah, it's all about, we don't ever lie. We don't have to. We have the stats, So you could show something and say the highest priced home sold in the neighborhood. Want to know how I did it? Text or private message me, right? That's what the sellers want to know. They might think they're going to sell for sale by owner. But the point is we're going to get in the door and sign that listing agreement, aren't we? That is the key. The number one challenge is always getting in the door. And that's why your calls, when you call people, and that's why a lot of people don't do well calling, is they don't understand that they're not on the phone to have a conversation. Especially realtors, guys, you guys are great. You love to talk to everybody. You can talk to, the wall, and you'll have this 30-minute conversation. Not good, especially with a potential listing. I'm not saying always. Sometimes, like a for sale by owner, sometimes it is important. You got to really build that trust, right? But Aspire, for sure, your whole goal is to just get in the door. Now, when you're there, schmooze away, right? But not on the phone. The only point of that call is to get an appointment. That is it. So you've got to make it short and sweet and to the point.
Even when you get the old lady that gets you on the phone and you want to get off.
Right. Well, that happens too. If you start calling the villagers, you're in trouble. They just want to have a conversation.
Yeah. Oh, you should have my scones. They're awesome.
Well,
Can you come by
terrific.
Friday?
Sure, I'll come by Friday to have your scones and sign your listing agreement. Okay. Okay. Any questions? I'm going to show you guys how I did this.
Where's the private placement document again?
Yes, in .loop under the listing folder or under the condo listing folder, because that's the only time we need it is under listings. And as your .loop, whatever, I have put it in both. So you notice it's the first form. It is the first form. And so what you do also, as soon as you have that listing agreement signed and this form filled in, just let Jen, Cindy, or Caroline know, and they will put it in there for you. The key is speed. We want it in there as quick as possible because we might only have it in there for a week, because as soon as it goes in the MLS, we take it down, right? We don't want you to see that thinking it's a private placement when it's not, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's critical that we do this as soon as we get that listing signed. Got it?
Carrie, I had a question. That's what I was going to ask you. So are Jen and Cindy taking them down when they go into the MLS,
Yes.
or do we have to, or do we have to let them?
Oh, no,
Okay.
you're so cute.
Okay. No, just because I saw a few
No.
that were like, I saw one in there from May. That's why I was confused.
Oh, yeah. So we're still learning on our side.
Okay.
We have to double check that. So thank you for letting me know. Jennifer Harden. Stop. That's my notification. Yeah, but it doesn't affect your MLS at all, because this can't syndicate because there's no photos. You can't syndicate on MLS without at least one photo. So on purpose, we have no photos in your private placement. So if you'll notice when you go over here, and if you clicked on one, here's Jules. Let's take a look at her condo that she's got. And look, it just has that basic information, right? And you know who to call. And that's all you need. So to that point, who was it? I think it was it you guys or Jules? I don't remember now, but an agent wanted to see the property before it went live. They wanted to take a it's Sherry and Susie Morrison, Sharon Brandt. So they wanted to be able to come in and see the property before it went live. Can they do that? They
Yeah.
already have it listed, but it's not on the MLS. Can they do that? They still can, as long as they don't publicly market it. Do not send photos, do not do a flyer, do not give them anything. That could be construed as public marketing. But they came in there, did a FaceTime video and got an offer before it even went on the MLS. Totally legal. Totally legal. You can do that. Now, we can still give you credit on the MLS. There's two ways we could do it. We could wait till it closes and put it in as data sold entry only, or we could put it on the MLS and pend it that same day. Because during COVID, they allowed us, they really lessened up on those rules because people put a TOM and we're still selling it. And so we had all these different rules. So they have not tightened that up yet. So we are still allowed to put it on the market and pend it in the same day. And it's no longer a red flag yet. So things are always fluid, guys. We need to take advantage of things before they change, right? So that's why I'm trying to bring this stuff to your attention, because this is great for not only for buyers, but this is great for getting listings. I mean, if we said, would you like to have access to inventory that nobody knows about yet? Now, investors love that, but this is not for the investors. Not so you can pick it up on pennies on the dollar. That's not what this is about. That's what usually investors want, off-property market, blah, blah, blah. That's not what this is about. This is about people who are planning to go on the market. We're just getting all the necessary things done prior to being on the market. This is also a great reason if you're working with somebody to get a listing who says, well, I have some, I want to paint, I want to do a couple things. No worries. We take the listing now. We can actually be marketing this while you're doing this. And maybe you won't even have to finish, or maybe we could get it on the market right. We don't even have to go on the market. So who wouldn't like that? Right?
Oh my gosh. Oh, this is great. I just got another, I think I got that listing on.
See?
She doesn't want it on MLS.
Yeah, if you don't want it on the MLS right away, you don't have to. We can still share it. This is called sharing. Sharing is caring in our office. We can share all this information. We can't publicly market it, but we can share it. And guess what, guys? Who are we sharing it to? The top agents in our market, because we're Sotheby's, right? It's not like we're sharing it with some kind of 100%, God knows if these people ever wrote a deal in their life kind of. Sorry, anybody who came from a company like that. But this is about sharing it with your top agents who also typically have their own group of people that are looking for properties, right? These aren't people who are barely doing business, right? These are people who do a lot of business. And so when you do a lot of business, what does that mean you typically have? Buyers in the wings, sellers in the wings, right? So this is why it's important to have these conversations amongst ourselves. So this takes off that scare of, now we can't guarantee we'll find the home they want here, but it's certainly an opportunity that they didn't have. And if they ever wanted to go TOM on their listing till they find a place, can we do that? Absolutely. Or how about this, guys? No worries. We can add your listing to our private placement while we find you the home. And then as soon as you get the home, we could go live, or we're already marketing it. So maybe we can have a little flexibility to say, we need to give you 6 months or 3 months or whatever, because that's why you're in private placement. Guys, I'm telling you, this is a gold mine for getting listings. Mhm.
So like, Coldwell Banker, for
Uh-huh.
instance, they couldn't do this because of all the individual franchises.
Exactly. Great question. So Kelly asked, Coldwell Banker could not do this because they're individual franchises. They are. We are all one company. That's why if you're in Tampa and you need to use an office in Hyde Park, I could call Rachel and say, hey, Rachel, I got Carla coming down. Could she use an office? And Rachel say, sure, no problem. And boom, there you go. We do that. We're one company. That's how we share it. If we were franchisees where we didn't talk to each other, we're not allowed to do that. You can't put it in like a corporate. We can't put this into Sotheby's, right? And syndicate through Sotheby's. That is non-clear cooperation violation. That's what we used to call private placement. But we can definitely share it amongst ourselves, and ourselves with Premier Sotheby's is 1,500 agents of the best agents in 41 different locations. You think that'll help, guys? Yes. So I'm just hoping that everybody starts to take advantage of this. Does anybody have a question? Did you hear about Jen Harnett?
Yeah.
Her's already on the market. We could take her down our private. Thank you. See, it's that easy. Then we just can take it down. It's no biggie.
Situation here with-
Harry, what a pocket listing.
Have been any situation where one already there right now, got like multiple offers before you can get it on the market, anything like that, yeah?
I would say that because this has been I've been trying to push this since the beginning of June. And here we are, June 14th. Happy Flag Day. Okay, it's my sister's birthday, so I had to remember it's Flag Day. So there you have it. But anyway, it's been a slow adoption. So I can't say we've had that yet. That's why I'm really trying to push this. Mostly because, guys, this gives you an advantage that nobody else has. That's the key, right? So.
We have a home in Dr. Phillips.
Yeah. Because nobody knows where to look. It's painful. It's killing me.
If we have like a pocket listing, so for example, I have two clients that are, yeah, maybe I want to sell, maybe not, but if you bring a buyer, I'll consider it. Is there a way? So pocket listings cannot go in here because we need a signed listing, right?
Exactly.
But can we tell a pocket listing client, hey, by the way, can I just sign a listing agreement for for a future date or for anything like that, so that we can actually just market it within our own company?
Absolutely. You can post date a listing agreement a year out. It doesn't matter. It's an effective agreement as long as everybody is signed and it's delivered. So yeah, you can totally do that. That's no problem with that. Pocket listing, by the way, don't use that word. It's like a dirty phrase. And for narcotic operation, it's really, really bad. So yes, but you're exactly right, Andrea.
Okay,
absolutely. That's what I'm saying, guys. This gives us an opportunity to get so many more listings because we can market it early. We can say, don't worry if you're worried about finding a home. We can actually have your home marketed internally while we're looking. Plus, we have access to inventory that nobody else has to help you find that home before anybody puts an offer on it, right? These are awesome conversations to be having. So here's another cute thing I want to share with you. Let me go over here. You know what else nobody has? Nobody else has Move Concierge. Here it is. So guess what? In addition, oh my God, really? Hold on. In addition to helping you with all this, we can even help you with your move. You'll get assigned your own person for life. And anytime we need them, just now, but say 10 years from now, you want to repaint your house or you want to know who painted your house, you can go ahead and contact them. They'll have all the information of your records and they'll be able to find you, even if it's not a traditional like mover, handyman, painter, inspector. Let's say it's for Ocala. Let's say they need to find a place to board their horses. They will source that stuff and send them recommendations. And guess who's not doing it? You. So they will always say that when an email goes out, it'll go out from you. But you can already, even though we haven't really gone totally live with this yet, we're still working it out. You can at any time come in here and invite a seller. So here you go, or a buyer. You can invite either a buyer or a seller and send out an email. What will happen is that you will get an email as the agent first to say, oh, we're so excited that Carla's going to be moving and we're going to send her an email in the next 48 hours. This is why you can say to Carla, hey, Carla, I'm so excited you're going to be getting that email from Move Concierge that we work with, that special private service to help you with all your details. They can change your utilities over, they can change your forwarding address. I mean, all the little tiny things that you got to think about when you move, they do it all, guys. And to no cost to them for the service. Do they have to paint for the painter? Yes, they have to pay for the painter. But they don't have to pay for the people, for all the recommendations, for all of the services, moving your utilities, all of that. It's free to them. So this is a great thing. Who else has this? Nobody. So when you're on that listing, to your point, Stace, and you got people saying, well, why would I pay you more money, right? So we already came with one. How's another one? The other reason that we actually have to charge the right amount is because we're also providing extra services that nobody else provides. We have our own private Move Concierge that will contact you and help you with all of the details of your move. They are working for you and they stay with you for as long as you ever will need them. I'm sorry, people like to pay for things that they want, right? It's not automatic yet, Kelly. That's exactly right. It's out there, it's functioning, it's usable, but we haven't turned it on automatic yet. So we're still working through a couple things. That's why not everybody's just getting it. But could you go in there and invite people? Yes, you can. I invited myself. Then I disinvited myself because I didn't want them to call me. But I wanted to see what that process looked like. Carla invited herself.
Hey, is
What
there
was
a flyer on this?
Is there what?
A flyer on this that we can just bring to listing presentation?
It's a great question.
Like what is actually included and you know, what you would actually, I don't know,
Can
pay
you do
for?
me a huge favor? Can you email Mode?
And ask for
Because
that.
she could make that flyer if she doesn't have one, but they may already have that.
And if
Okay.
they put that in their online presentation.
Yes,
the
it should
website?
go into our online presentation. All these great things. But yes, it should. And is it already? I don't know
I
yet.
thought it was, but I'm not sure.
I'm not sure yet either. But guys, these are huge. Now, here's another one that can also help you. You ready for this? And let me go back to the email real quick. I want you to see, not on that one, but on this one. Did you notice what's under my name? I have added a cool little testimonial. Now, for me, that's a really nice testimonial. Thank you, Deb Bullen. That's a really good one. So that's a cool little thing that you might have noticed on my Facebook. I've been sharing these. People want to know what people are saying about you. And especially if you have a testimonial where they say, help me to find a home when no one else could, right? Or they say, got me more money than I ever thought possible. These are the testimonials we're getting now. You should be using them. You could add them into your signature. You could post them. Now, let me show you where you make this pretty one, because we didn't talk about that the other day. So you go into Testimonial Tree, which is located right on your hub, right? And you're going to go under Testimonials, and you're going to say Manage Testimonials. Isn't this awesome?
This is on your YouTube as well, because I missed the training on it.
It is.
Uh,
To be honest, Stace, I did not show this part because I found this after.
Oh, it's okay. I mean, I just don't know anything about, I mean, I've seen, I need to know more about this because I have a lot of great testimonials and I don't know what to do with them.
Yes, go to the YouTube that I posted last week on Thursday.
Okay.
But when you're in here, you just click on your testimonial tree, which is where, I'm too high, testimonial tree. And then it opens here at your dashboard. You go under testimonials, manage testimonials. See, I have a bunch. And for me, I could pick by agent, I could pick by myself. I get to see everybody's. You'll only see your own. So for example, let's say I want to see mine, bless you. Again, nobody else is going to have all these, so don't worry. It's not like you have to search through everybody's. So I'll pull up some of my testimonials. Here we go. And Carrie Bellish wrote me a nice one. I just did Deb's. This is a great one. Let's see, years of experience.
We
These
should
are so
all
cool.
pick 5
Here's
people
Sada's.
And just go give each other a testimony.
I think that's a nice idea.
I think we should all do that.
So let's say I wanted to do this one here. All I do is I click over here to Actions, Share Testimonial. Now, once I hit Share Testimonial, don't just jump at it. This is what we did the other day, and I didn't like where it went to, if you guys remember. It went back to the Premier Sotheby's. At least if it's going to go somewhere, it should go to my website. So I'm still finding out about that, but forget that one. Hit Launch Image Generator. This is where it's pretty. So this is a great one. If I don't like that layout, I could change to this layout. There's 3 different layouts you could pick, right?
Oh, I like that one.
Right? So let's say I like that one too. Then I said you could change your font, blah, blah, blah. Then I hit share. Now I could either share direct to social on this. And if I hit that, it will open up and I pick the social one I want to do.
Okay.
Or I could say download my image, which is what I did with the last one. See, so I downloaded my image and
Now you
it's
can put your
gonna
own
open,
ones.
and there it is. And so now I could use this to add into my signature, and then I can hyperlink to the page on my website that has my testimonials. Right? So this is another way we can do it. So I'm going to show you how to add the image and the hyperlink to an email. Now, it doesn't matter which image or which one we're gonna do, they all work the same. So let's close that for a second. Let's go over here. So we're back in our hub. Now, again, I really like using the email from my hub. I really do. It's very easy to add stuff to. And it also can add mail merge fields with people's names. So cool. So just putting that out there. But if I say contacts and leads, I just hit email. Now from this email, I hit compose. And you're going to notice when it opens that I have changed my signature. And if you want to know where that is, I can tell you. I have added, instead of the video, now I have a testimonial on my signature. And so this is so simple to do. You could change that at any time. If you want to add a video one week, you want to add testimonial another, wherever you want to do that. Now, let's say I wanted to send, hi, Carrie, interested in knowing how I got my customer 40,000 more than even Zillow said. Click below to find out. Right? Now, what am I going to put in there? Well, I'm going to go to my, I have taken some screenshots. I'm going to upload, and I'm going to go ahead, choose a file that I have under desktop. And I took them as screenshots, so I think it's this one. This may or may not be it. Let's see, because I couldn't tell what that, oh, that's not the one. Upload, choose file. Gonna have
That's the one at 9:34.
I'm just gonna do icons, and then I'll be able to see. Hold on. Icons.
Yeah, 9:33.
It's this one right here. Okay, send to server. Now, one thing that's important to know, first of all, if you're impatient like me, you have to wait until the numbers come up when you're sending this to server. It's a little, what? Where do you see that? What the heck? Upload? What happened here?
Can you, will you do like a command minus sign just once, just to zoom out a little bit?
Cancel.
Thanks.
So I'm gonna close this out for a second. Let's just put this one, cancel this. Oh, no, I have to close it. Cancel. Okay. Now let me just add it again because that was really annoying. Upload, choose file. I'm gonna pick this one. I'm gonna send it to my server. Now, 11,000 is too big for an email. So if you want it to be an entire page, don't go more than 800. But for something smaller, I might go like 500. Or my testimonial is at 250 actually. See, that's nice. It's not too ridiculously huge, right? Then I go to the page on my website that I want to link this to, right? So I just copy that URL, go back to my email, click on the image because it has to be selected. And then you've got to hit this little paperclip thing right here. And you paste it in the URL. You hit OK. And now you have a hyperlink. So this is great. Interested. So maybe I'd say a different one. Maybe I say surprised your neighbor sold 40,000 more. Sold for. You know, you gotta click on something. Put something in your subject line that people will click on. Okay. And then you can upload, by the way, if you've uploaded your mailing list to that community here, you just do a whole, instead of contact, you do a contact group.
I think it's been days organizing my list. for
Mhm.
segmentation.
So maybe you're going to send this to your entire community and saying, or you're interested to know that your neighbor sold for 40,000 more than everybody else, or, you know, whatever the case is, right? Is that a strong email? Sure is.
Yeah, it is.
Where do we get the emails? Anybody?
Then we got the addresses.
Remind. We got them out of Remind. We don't know that they're all right, but we know we got them, right?
Yeah.
Worth a shot, guys. Now we just hit send. Oh, no, let's move this thing out of the way. here.
Carrie, this might be good to, after just Can you hear me? Okay, just selling that little farm, that community, and I just did a mailer in there, which I
Yeah.
got some responses from. This would
Sure.
be, what you're saying would be good to do. Hey, you probably received something in the mail, but just in case, and then have some links in it about
Absolutely.
why Sotheby's, maybe. I don't know.
I couldn't agree more, Stace. We'll set up a meeting and work on that together. But
Okay.
guys, look at this. Is this not cool? And
Yeah.
you click on it and it goes right to that page on the website. And that's what we want them. We want them engaging and clicking and seeing stuff, right?
Mhm.
I mean, if it opens, it'd be nice, but anyway, still clicking. We're all good. Still loading. Okay, I'm gonna stop share for a second. Does anybody have any questions about anything we covered? Do you think we have some new ways to set yourself apart in a
Yes.
listing presentation?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Do you think you have some new calls to action to do social media on?
Yes.
Right? We have to get people engaged enough to want to contact us.
Mhm.
So you've got to call to what the biggest fear is. People are going to contact. Greed and fear are the biggest motivators, right? I hate to say it, but it's human nature. Greed and fear. So if we play to the fear, worried about want to move, take advantage of this market, but have nowhere to go,
Go for the greedy, not the
click
needy.
here to learn about how we have customized solutions, right? Exactly. Want to sell, but afraid you're selling too fast and leaving money on the table? See how my neighbor got $40,000 above, or your neighbor got $40,000 above what even Zillow thought, right? That is saying, sure, people are leaving money on the table. It's just not the people we're representing.
Work with the greedy,
So,
not the needy.
Right, work with the greedy, not the needy. I like that. That's a good one. Okay. Well, guys, thank you all for coming. If anybody has any questions or wants to set up an appointment with me, you always know where I am. Yep, Stace, we'll do some stuff. I am here for these creative marketing things, right?
Yes.
This is what it's all about, generating business, right? And if I can help you, then together we are all more successful. So that is my goal. So I wish you guys the very best day, the best week on Thursday. Is there any requests for the type of training we're going to do on Thursday?
Yeah, I need a better understanding of Remind. Like we
Remind?
mentioned it, but we can do a deep dive just on Remind. I know we kind of use it as an ancillary.
So let's do a mailing like this for a Remind community. We'll start with what we're going to say. We'll pull out the Remind community. We'll upload it into our website. We'll create the email and we'll send out an email. You like it?
Mhm.
Okay, that's Thursday. It's called Let's Target Prospect That Listing Community with our new messaging, right? Okay, guys, I'll invite you, Jackie, if you want to go. Thursday at 10. Okay, bye, guys. Great seeing you today. Have a wonderful day.
Hi.
Hi, thanks, Carrie.